point. Like if you're going through something difficult, or just keep pushing. Because I remember myself, beginning of 2020, guys, I was not having a good, that was like one of the worst times of my life. I don't know if I was going back to school, I didn't have a job, I didn't really have any source of income, and I managed to completely change my life, like since beginning of 2020, and now, like I'm now working full-time as a software engineer. I have my candle business. I was part of the YouTube Black Voices. So guys, things work out, just keep pushing.
What's going on, Sparks family? Welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're here for the first time, hi, I'm tinosparks, your favorite African without borders, and this is
The Tshegofatso.
And if you're here for the second or third or more than 3 times, hey, what it do? In today's video, you guys, I have a special guest on the channel, one young woman who's very inspirational. You hear your story, you're definitely going to start working on yourself right now. Welcome to my channel.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
I'm happy to have you here. So who's Tshegofatso Isaac?
So, as Tina mentioned, I'm Tshegofatso Isaac and I go by the Tshegofatso. So I am a software engineer, a content creator, and a small business owner.
That's interesting. I've known you through YouTube and I've seen you make how to make money online videos.
Yes.
How's been the journey for you?
It's been quite an interesting journey. I feel like when I started my channel, I was a bit all over the place. I did makeup, dancing videos, anything you can think of. Anything you can think of, I did everything. But in 2020, I started getting into doing some online side hustles, you know, when we were all stuck at home. And I thought like, oh, okay, I didn't know about this before I actually started doing it. So I started sharing that content on my channel, like, hey guys, these are the ways that I'm making money. And then people started getting interested. So I started even finding different ways, sharing that, and that's how my channel grew.
Last year you were admitted into the YouTube Black Voices Fund.
Yes.
Tell me about it.
It was one of the best experiences of my life. So I was chosen to be part of the YouTube Black Voices Creator Fund class of 2022. And yeah, it was just a really great experience because you get seed funding, you get a partner manager, and you get access to classes that teach you about like working with brands, production, and everything. So this year I've just been learning a whole lot, and I'm hoping that next year I just take my content to the next level with everything that I've learned.
During your YouTube journey, has it been all flowing so smooth? Has it been so nice? Or your challenges along the way?
There have been a lot of challenges here because sometimes, you know, videos don't perform as well as you think they will, and also dealing with life because sometimes, you know, you have some situations in life, people are expecting videos, so it hasn't always been smooth. Even now, I feel like I'm learning, growing, still figuring out. I think every couple of months I go back, look at the content that I've made. I'm like, okay, this is still me. What can I improve? What do I want to change? So I feel like it's just an ongoing process of learning, figuring things out, and yeah.
That's interesting. One thing that inspires me is you run a whole successful YouTube channel, and then you have a business, if not businesses, and then the 9-to-5 job. How do you manage all this?
It's quite a lot, hey. Like, trying to now kind of slow down a little bit, but I kind of think of it as a way that I'm just trying to push as much as I can now, so that, you know, in a couple of years I don't have to work as hard. But it is a lot because I have my 9-to-5, so Monday to Friday, 8-to-5, even not even 9-to-5, 8-to-5. I am busy working, and then after that I teach kids how to code. So I will be doing classes after work, and then I still have to like make candles, ship out orders, and I also do markets where I sell the candles. So it is a lot of work. Like, I feel so tired, but I'm putting it out there that it is a lot of work. It's hard, it's challenging, but I really believe that it's going to be worth it one day. Yeah,
definitely. Do you have an assistant?
Not at the moment. I think it's time. But yeah, no, I don't. But I do get a lot of help though from my parents, because I still live at home with my parents, so they'll like ship out the candles, help me make them, stuff like that. So that does help a lot. But yeah, I should pay them maybe.
You being this person who enjoys having multiple streams of income, is it something that you've always wanted as a child?
I think not necessarily something I wanted, but I think because of circumstances. Because in 2020, beginning of 2020, I was trying to figure out how to fund my final year of school. I didn't have a plan, so that's when I started looking like, okay, I need to start making money. And when I started making money, I'm like, okay, this is just one way. If I lose this way, I kind of need a backup plan. So that's kind of how it started. It's not something that I had always planned to do, but now I think it's something that I find really important because, you know, this is life. Anything can happen any day. So I like to know that, okay, if I lose one stream of income, at least I still have other things covering me.
That is very inspiring. What actually inspires you to keep on going on even when it's hard?
Yeah, I think this answer might be a bit cliche, but I think I do things that I'm really passionate about, like creating content, working in tech. As I said, I'm a software engineer, so I code, as well as like the candle business. These are things that I really love. That's how I'm able to like work so hard, because I feel like I would be so miserable if I was doing things I hate and then I also have to work so many hours. So it's very like cliche, but I'm really passionate, like putting out content, seeing how people respond, like, oh, so you inspired me to do this or whatever. That really keeps me going, like, okay, I'm happy. Even like my job, like I work for a really popular app in South Africa, and I like seeing like, oh, you know, my work is being used by people. So it's like those kind of things, like I guess like feedback from people, you know, it's not always positive. I do get some negative feedback here and there, but it also, you know, sometimes gets me thinking like, okay, I can improve something, stuff like that. But I guess just like putting out things that I'm happy and passionate about. Yeah,
I like the fact that you're actually enjoying what you're doing.
True.
What would you say to someone who's working a 9-to-5 job that they don't enjoy, or they're in a field where they just don't enjoy what they're doing?
Yeah.
What would you say to
them? Okay, I'd say maybe, because I know it's very hard to just think of like switching careers or anything. So you start off as doing it as a side hustle, trying to get into, if it's possible. I know there's some careers that is not possible, but if possible, just try see how you can actually get into something you're passionate about as a side hustle, and then slowly transitioning into that. But I think, guys, I think some people always feel like maybe they're a bit too old or it's too late, but I really don't think, like, if you're like 25 or something, just think you're probably going to be working till like 65. That's a whole, like a long time. Yeah, so if it's really something you want to do, you might have to make some sacrifices, like maybe for example, if you were at a top position in your current career, you might have to start from the bottom in a new career. So think, is that a sacrifice you're willing to make? But I think it's never too late to make those changes. If you want to make those changes, guys, do it. Do it, but yeah.
Thank you so much. So I have this tradition on my YouTube channel. Everyone who comes to the channel has to leave a word of advice to my audience.
Yeah.
It could be something pertaining life, careers,
okay,
you know, mental well-being.
Yeah, I'd say actually that's what I have to think about. But let me think. Let me gather my thoughts for a second. But if I had to say, okay, I'll give a word of advice or inspiration. But I'd like to say, like, you know, things work out in the end. Like if you're going through something difficult, or just keep pushing. Because I remember myself beginning of 2020, guys, I was not having a good, that was like one of the worst times of my life. I don't know if I was going back to school, I didn't have a job, I didn't really have any source of income, and I managed to completely change my life, like since beginning of 2020 and now. Like I'm now working full-time as a software engineer. I have my candle business. I was part of the YouTube Black Voices. So guys, things work out. Just keep pushing.
That's so inspiring. So thank you so much for being on my channel.
No problem. Thank you so much for having me.
So if you guys are watching this, please go to the Tshegofatso's YouTube channel. I'm going to leave it right here and the description bar down below. Kindly go and subscribe to the YouTube channel, and you guys know the drill. You tell her that tinosparks sent you here. Where can you find you on Instagram?
I am the Tshegofatso on Instagram.
Oh, that's okay. I'm gonna leave it right here. So thank you so much for being on my channel.
Thank you so much for having me.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm tinosparks, and this is the Tshegofatso, and we're signing out.